Hello and welcome to my little world. This is showing the house that I've been working on lately. This is the Victorian, I guess you could call it a painted lady. And I'm redoing the front of it so that it goes better with the rest of the village. But that's not done yet, so I thought I would show you something else today. I just wanted to show you, this is the door to my bedroom, and it has this cover on it. It's an adhesive, it's like a sticker, it's like a giant sticker that I put up. And it's of Versailles, which I visited in 2016. And I just think it's very cool. So we're just going to follow my village around here. Things I'm still working on. To my front entrance, my front door, the curtains I have there, into my kitchen. And in my kitchen, I have this china cabinet, which belonged to my parents. And I have turned it into a Victorian, what I'm calling a Victorian apartment building. And it has doors that go to it that are glass doors, but I had taken them off so that I could display things better in it. But I'm thinking that at some point I might put them back on. They're curved glass doors. And I'm thinking about making some sort of Victorian building exterior, maybe like a line drawing to go over all these rooms. I think that would look cool, but for now it's just open. And today I thought I would show you the bunny family that lives here. So, in this apartment building, there are actually sort of three different scales. There's the bunny family, which is, I would say, a 1 to 16 scale. There's also a 1 to 12 scale and a 1 to 24 scale. But this is the bunnies, and they have some visitors today because it's getting close to Easter, and some of their friends have come to visit. And their friends are these little figures that I got at Hobby Lobby, and they're holding a carrot and a flower. So this is Grandma. I think this is Grandma. I don't know. No, this isn't Grandma Bunny. This is the maid bunny, I believe. Yeah, because she really, she's dressed as a maid. So she's like the cook. And she's in the kitchen. And so I had gotten this set of 5 bunnies. They were just plain brown bunnies that my sister gave me from some toys that she was getting rid of. And so I dressed them in outfits, and they just seemed to be the perfect size for this furniture that I had. So you can see the cool thing about doing something in this china cabinet is that I've been able to use the wood in it for surfaces. But in this kitchen, I've just put wallpaper, and I cut out foam board to fit the size of the square or the cube, and then covered it with paper, so that I'm not damaging any of the china cabinet. It can be turned back into a china cabinet at any time. So this has wallpaper on the sides and back, and also on the floor. There's a little rug, which was a coaster. Here's a die-cast little stove with a copper pot on it, and a little broom that I made. That broom actually went to a snowman for a while, but now we're using it in the bunny kitchen. Here's a little tiny picture on the wall of some chickens. Here's some baskets with carrots and corn and various seeds and beans and things in her stores. Then this back here is the little oven and stove, and I put some food back here. The two little cakes with the runny icing on them are buttons. Then there's a little pan and another little, the cupcake looking thing, which would be a whole cake for them, is an eraser. And this green set here came from Collections, etc. And they're heavy and solid, and I think they're made of rosin. And they're these little sets that I was able to get. I don't know that they're carrying them anymore, but I got this several years ago. And it just all comes as one piece. And then there's another piece, which is the table here, and then some stools to go with it. And the table came with most of these things on it, and then I added a few more. There's a pie and a rolling pin and some fruit and vegetables and things. So these sets are very cute. And then in the back of the room, I have a sack of flour, and there's a little basket full of apples that also came with the set. So that's the kitchen. And then we go up to the next floor, and here's Mama in her bedroom, and she has a friend visiting as well who's carrying an Easter egg. But I made this dress for Mama out of lace, some pink and white lace that I had. She has a little tiny calendar on her wall, and I just stuck that there with some museum wax, and that I cut out from a catalog. And her furniture, she has a little baby rabbit sleeping on the bed there. And this is her bed, which is also solid rosin, and just came this way, very pretty. And with that set also came this dressing table, all in one piece, the decorations and everything with it. I put this little picture up on the wall again cut out from a catalog. Here's a little love seat that's sitting in her room with a lamp. And I got these little medallions to use as wall hangings. And there's an arched doorway here that leads into the other room that we will come back to in a minute. So that's Mama's beautiful bedroom. On the next floor, we have the little girl's room. And this is again the Collections, etc. rosin furniture. There's a little love seat here, blue and white. A little nightstand with a flower vase on top of it. This is her bed, and I have a teddy bear sitting on it. This is the little girl in her little pink and white lace dress. She's playing with her little teddy bear in a little plastic carriage that I found. I think they were like party favors. There were like 4 of them in a package. And here's her little dressing table with a mirror, and a chair that goes with it, and a beautiful armoire. And then she has a little mirror on her wall. And again, I partially used the wood of the china cabinet as a wall and floor. And I have a doily on the floor that I'm using as a rug. And then on the other 2 walls, I put some scrapbook paper as the wallpaper. And I have to stand on my stool here to get to the top And on the top floor is the bathroom. And again, it's got a wood floor here with some doilies for rugs, and then some wallpaper on the walls. This is another set that I got from Collections, etc. It has the little wash basin with a basket underneath, and you can see it's just all one piece. And it has a bathtub, which I added a curtain to because the original one has snowmen on it, and that's more Christmassy. So even though this fabric is Christmassy as well, it looks less Christmassy and more like it could just be used every day. So I added that to the bathtub. Here's the toilet, which I added a little fabric to the top of it as well. A little toilet roll holder and some hanging towels on a rack. So that's that room. And then if we come back down the floors and we go through this little door that I cut out of the wall, we go into the main room. And I left most of the wood for this room, so it's a nice cozy looking cabin kind of room. And I have wallpaper on this side. Here's a little house that I found at Goodwill a couple weeks ago. Here's a dresser made out of the rosin. This set was kind of a woodsy looking set. Came with the bed and dresser, and it has this little bench seat at the base of the bed, and then it has this nightstand table with a lamp. I got some worry dolls recently, and so they came with this little printed thing about them, so I just folded it into a book and put a little picture on it of a bird that came from when I was cutting all those things out from a catalog. So that sits on the bed. At the base of the bed, little brother is sitting and playing. I put a little vest on him with a couple bead buttons. I just glued it on. He's playing with a little toy train that I got somewhere. Here's the fireplace, which also came with the set. Here's a window on the back wall. I painted the window brown, and then I put a picture of a tree behind it so it looks like you're looking outside. There's also a little painting on the wall over here. And the way I hung these up was I just poked a little tiny pin in the wood to hang the pictures on. You could also use museum wax or putty, but that was how I ended up doing that, and I figured a pinprick was not going to affect the wood much. So then we come over here, and here's Papa Bunny with his Easter friend who's carrying a basket of eggs. And Papa Bunny, I made his little suit out of felt, and his hat is just a little black cap thing, plastic that I had. I gave him a little lace undershirt and a bow tie and some little beads that look like a chain. And he's holding a violin. He's playing his violin. And here's the violin stand, and it has some music on it. And behind him is a little couch that I found. I think I just found that at Goodwill, and it just was the right size for this room. The lamp next to it, I just cut out from a catalog and put some cardboard on the back of it, so it's just flat, but it looks pretty good as a lamp in there. There's some plants back here, which these were just stickers that I stuck some plastic greenery into. And then this is a like a room divider or a screen that my parents had. I think it came from China, kind of looks that way. And so it's just standing against the wall there. It has wallpaper on it. So that is our bunny family. And then I just have one little bonus for you today, which is I wanted to show you something else in my kitchen, which is my brother and sister cat. I have a twin brother. I'm 5 foot tall and he's 6 foot tall. So these little characters kind of remind me of us. And I crocheted these. The girl cat, I used a wonderful pattern that I found on Pinterest and made her. I had crocheted this little mouse and never finished it. She only has 1 ear and doesn't have a face, but sometimes I do that. Sometimes things in my house are unfinished and I'm okay with that. And she actually goes very well because she only has 1 ear and the little girl only has 1 shoe. So I was making the clothes for this doll and I made 1 shoe and I had it on her, and the other one I hadn't made yet, and I just kind of liked it that way. I just decided that she's such a cute little character, and she's 1 shoe on and 1 shoe off. So her hat and sweater are made from a project, something that I had knitted before that I didn't really like. So I cut pieces of it and sewed them together and just made this little sweater and hat for her. And then she also has, see if I can get this button undone. She has a little dress on that was part of the pattern that came with her. So she's a character and she's very cute. And they're set up the way they were at Christmas. He's pulling her in a sled. So then this guy, I just saw a picture of him on Pinterest and just kind of used the picture to come up with my own crochet pattern for him, because I don't know if I couldn't find a pattern for him or whatever, but anyway, I just looked at the picture and made him, so he's wearing this little knitted cap and scarf, and he's looks like quite a scrappy cat. And he has a little bag that he's carrying, and he has a mouse in there. My son said that's his lunch for later. So, so he has a mouse, and she has a little mouse that looks like it's more like her friend. And I just wanted to show you. I have a Pinterest board full of things that I have crocheted and other boards of my miniatures and things, so I will leave a link down below for those in case you would like to go see more, and I'll probably show more things like that on this channel as I go along. So thank you for joining me today. It's wonderful to have you here, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.